First off, congratulations to Baylor. Class program, class coach, great coach, Glenn Moore, and his assistant Steve, and of course Sneed, what's the pitching coach? Brittany Sneed. I mean, they've been around forever, and they're just great coaches. I think it's the third or fourth time I played them in the postseason. So tip your hat to them and congratulate them. I thought their girls played a great game. To lose the game one and then still have enough to come back out there and have a come from behind win in game three or game whatever it was of the weekend, fourth game I guess for them of the weekend. Just a great effort by Baylor, and we wish them nothing but the best of luck as they go forward. I couldn't be more proud of my team. They fought hard. You get off in a regional and you lose in the early round on Saturday, and you've got to come back and win one more late Saturday night. We win extra innings, win it, and then come out. They just had a great effort today in game one, and I thought we were right on plan. And, we talked about if we won and if you win big, especially, it's really hard mentally to adjust at the halftime and know that when you start the second half, you're not 14-0. It's back to 0-0. And I knew Baylor would make a run at that point, and they did, and they scored in the first inning, one run, and we come right back and got the lead with two, and I thought that was said so much about my kids. And then, Baylor scored again in the second, and we scored again in the third. I thought it was just a great effort there, and then Baylor ends up getting two more in the fifth, and we just never could get the answer. They made a great play. We had a chance to score, I believe, in the sixth inning. The center fielder made a bang play. I thought we were safe, but it was really close. And, we reviewed it, and review said safe. It was, I guess, so close. I've got like 15 texts on my phone saying she was safe. So I guess you can look at the video, and it was close. But give your hat, like Baylor center fielder picked that ball up on a dead run through a strike to home plate. Their catcher caught the ball, made the tag, and we just didn't get that score. And then we got a runner on the seventh, and we didn't get it. I want to say I thought Chloe was amazing all weekend. Again, Chloe was outstanding. I think the growth that she's had in her sophomore year, it just speaks phenomenal about how hard she's worked. And I couldn't be more proud to be sitting beside her because she just turned into a leader in our ball club. And I don't know how many times this year we put her in bases loaded, clutch situations, and she gets out of it. And she did that again today. And then that first game she threw the shutout was just extremely impressive performance. And Brooke, come here and fought through the early season, stepping up into a top, number one out of conference schedule in the country, and never quit. Just kept coming back and then played so big all weekend. Just clutch hit after clutch hit, an RBI machine. And then played an amazing third base. So I'm proud of the two kids here, proud of all of my kids in the locker room. You're just so blessed to get to come to work every day and be a softball coach, and then to be around the athletes that you're able to be around, and these young ladies, just a blessing. So appreciative of all of them and the great effort.
Coach, what was your thought process there in the sixth when Sissy is rounding third to send her home there? What was your thought process?
When you get a chance that late, be aggressive. Try to always be aggressive. And we'd almost pinch ran. I thought, no, I don't have to send her. I can hold her here if we get the hit. But the ball was shallow enough at the speed that the center fielder was coming. I really thought there was a real good chance that the throw would be offline, and I wanted to go for it rather than, look back on it and say, "Oh, I wish I'd have sent her when I had the chance." I thought we would make it. I knew it was going to be really close, but I thought we would make it, and I just misjudged it.
Brooke, I know you came here to be in a tournament like this and to do everything y'all did, and I know obviously that was a rough loss. What was this whole experience like for you?
This team has worked too hard. I feel like we were cut short. I mean, I came here and I see what it's all about. We wake up at 5 a.m. and we lift every day. We run practices in the heat. And I mean, we have players that want it like no other. And to be surrounded by amazing people like that, it's what it's all about. And I don't think that we should be up here disappointed right now. Obviously, we didn't win today. But if you look back, we did so many good things this year. I'm just disappointed with how it had to be. But I'm grateful for the experience to host, because we worked hard for that. We worked hard all year.
Chloe, was fatigue an issue early and you just needed to catch your breath, or it seemed like they hit hardly any balls hard in the first game, but early on, what was the issue there, or did they just adjust a little bit?
I think they definitely adjusted from first game to second game, but also it was hot, so I think I did get fatigued towards the start of the first or the second game. But I got the break with Sam coming in and came back out on the field.
Coach, obviously you guys are disappointed in the result, but to know that pretty much your entire roster will be back next season, does that make you hopeful to know that now that they've had this experience, hosting a regional and things of that nature, that this team could potentially go on another run like this and come back next year?
I think you're extremely lucky to, have such a young roster and have them back with that experience. And I think that what we got to remember in September is the way we feel right now, the way we feel today, and then know that, how hard we work on a daily basis, that little extra effort, that 1 or 2% extra on every day of the fall is important, and maybe value the experience that we had this year on the short end. And I think that could take us to a whole new level. And, I think we just gotta regroup, we know what we are, we know how special they are. And obviously there is an advantage where, like going into next fall, we know who Chloe Riassetto is, we know who Brooke Ellestad is, up and down the lineup, Sam Rowe, we know Vic Valdez, we know Sissy Vasquez. We can go right into the fall and start perfecting the infield defense to another level. So there's a lot of advantage to coming back with a veteran ball club, and no bigger and more important thing is just drawing back on this experience and being more mature, more focused team on a daily basis in practice.
Coach, you just mentioned Vic there. She essentially was an unsung hero today. She had an RBI, she had a put out, she had a sack, and then she had called a pop out on loaded bases. Can you just speak to her elevation this season?
I've said for the last 2 or 3 weeks, she was maybe the best defensive catcher in the whole country. She's a phenomenal defensive catcher, and she's also a bat and cleanup for us, and really got critical moments, critical RBIs and critical hits. I think 4 home runs that either tied the game or even took us from behind to ahead. She's an amazing athlete. She's an amazing leader in the clubhouse. She's extremely intelligent on the softball field. There's no other catcher I would rather have in my dugout than her. She's beyond special.
For both the players, Chloe, we'll start with you. How much will you guys take this moment in the way that you feel it and kind of carry it over to be motivation and fuel for all of your prep?
For sure, I think we're all very disappointed. I think we all played great today, and we just came up short. So I think in the fall, we're definitely going to remember this game and come out next year.
Yeah, I agree. We're definitely going to use this game as a motivator moving forward. There's some things we can't control in the game that happened that we can't look back and think, like, use that as a motivator, obviously, but things we could have done, like score with people in scoring position or just making plays and stuff like that.
Anything else?
Yeah, Coach. Right quick, how quickly do you immediately get back to work, especially considering you all's tough out of conference schedule?
You asked me how quickly we get back to work. Like tomorrow morning, I've got some things I need to go back to Illinois this week if I can, but I probably will stay. My plans would normally be do exit interviews tomorrow morning so the girls can get back on the road and get home and visit their families, get some rest, and knock that out. I may go ahead and do that. And then, we start working immediately on the next year's schedule, try to get that done between now and the World Series as much as we can. And there's no break. It's just, we'll just keep right on going.